So let's talk about Euro 2028, specifically about the venues that are going to host this tournament. Now, if you've been out of the news recently, you might have missed the announcement that Casement Park in Northern Ireland has been dropped as a host venue for this tournament. Casement Park basically is in a state of disrepair. It's not being used for anything at the moment. It's completely overgrown and completely derelict. They'd have to basically build a completely new stadium on top of the ground where it's already there. Now, when this bid got announced about, the UK and Ireland hosting Euro 2028, first of all, I was excited. I thought, this is fantastic, this is great. And I also kind of assumed that it was going to be Windsor Park that was going to be the Northern Irish venue. But no, for some reason, in their infinite wisdom, the English and the Scottish and all the FAs from the 5 home nations decided that Casement Park was going to be the one and they were going to renovate it. Well, we're not even to 2025 yet, but it's been dropped. Clearly, whatever plans have been going on there have just not worked, really. It's not really come to fruition. And you might think that, Windsor Park, why can't we just have Windsor Park? Well, Windsor Park's got a capacity of about, 15,000, something like that. It is not a big stadium. It is not big enough, really, for a Euro 2028 venue. I mean, the smallest capacity stadium currently out of any of the nations is Villa Park in Birmingham. I know that's got 42,000, and I believe Aston Villa are actually expanding the stadium as well, so that capacity is probably going to increase. So what's going on here? What's actually going to happen? Who's going to take up this hosting spot? Because you need a certain amount of host venues. You need 10 in total to be able to do this. That was part of the bid. And if you don't fulfill that, then it's effectively null and void. You just get rid of it. But what's going to happen here? Well, Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, have offered this stadium here, which I've never heard of personally before, but I'm going to completely butcher this because I do not speak Gaelic. I'm not Irish, as you guys know, but the Park we Casement, I can't even say that. Anyway, it's a stadium in Cork in Ireland, in the southwest of Ireland. It's a big stadium, to be fair, but by Euro standards, it's not the biggest. 45,000, yeah, it'll do. That'll pass for sure. Apparently, to get it up to scratch, it would have to go through some renovations of its own, which haven't been drawn up yet. Now, I don't know if that'd happen, but I'm going to suggest, and this pains me to say it as a proud Sheffield United fan, but this pains me to say it, but I think logically, logistically, sensibly, you probably want to go to Leeds. And it pains me to say that. And I say Leeds because Ellen Road is a big stadium. It's not massive by any stretch. It's like 38,000, something like that. But they are going to renovate it. They've just drawn up plans, Leeds United, to expand the capacity to 53,000. And currently, Yorkshire does not have a venue at Euro 2012. Sorry, 2028. I'm going way back with that one. Currently, the host venues are in Glasgow in Scotland, Dublin in Ireland, Cardiff in Wales, and in England you've got Newcastle, Manchester, Birmingham and London. 2 venues in London, Wembley and the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So I would really like to see Leeds get on there, to be honest. If these plans do come to fruition, if they are made in time, because Leeds haven't set a deadline, they're currently just planning it out. They've got a while to do it, to be fair. There's plenty of time. Stadiums like Anfield in Liverpool, that took about 2 years to update. So it would not be out of the realms of possibility at all for that to happen in time. I could definitely see it happening in time. So that'd be my suggestion. That'd be my sensible suggestion. But we'll have to see what happens. Knowing the FAs, they might go with that one in Cork, but it is far out of the way for the other ones. That's the only thing. I know they'll fly between them, and it's not massive compared to a lot of other countries. I mean, like compare it to Germany, for example. It's not as far as there, but you are crossing the Irish Sea, so that makes things difficult. You can't get there by train, for example. You have to fly realistically. If you were to get the ferry, it'd take it'd take a very, very long time to get there with like public transport or whatever in that regard. So that's my suggestion, really. That's what's happening with Euro 28. When things get confirmed, when this new host city gets confirmed, I will let you guys know, of course. But sensibly, I would like to see that. Leeds is the biggest city in Yorkshire, just about ahead of Sheffield, just about. And in terms of the facilities, like I love Bramall Lane, of course, but it is not big enough to host Euro 2028. Neither is Hillsborough either, and Hillsborough is in an absolute state of disrepair, to be honest. In general, there's no way that'd get on anyway. But Leeds, if that expansion happens in time, I love that. I live about 20 minutes away from Leeds, so I'll be able to go in the car and go see some matches. I love that. It's a good, and and honestly, even though I'm a Sheffield United fan, I have to admit I've been to Elland Road a few times for watching us against you guys, and it's a great atmosphere. It's fantastic. It's a great stadium. So I would love to see it as a host venue in Euro 2028. But what do you guys think? Should we stick with an Irish venue, whether it's Northern Ireland or the Republic of Ireland, or should we go to England for another host city, or Scotland or Wales for that matter? Is there somewhere else we could go for one of them? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, keep it tuned to thefootballchronicle.com to see much more football content just like this.